Hey everyone, it's Alexis with Create Your Future. I am back with a brand new video. Thank you for being here. Happy Monday. Let's get into the content today about a bunch of things, you guys. So let's talk about manifesting for your SP, manifesting for your relationship in the face of uncertainty, doubt, and it not yet happening or it coming through. And I have some great announcements. Let's get started. All right. So like I always say in all of my videos, the links for booking one-on-one coaching, one-on-one hypnosis are in the box below. The links to all of my pre-recorded hypnosis audios are in that box below. The links to all of my courses are in that box below. Okay. So if you do go onto our online scheduler and you don't see a time that's available in the near future to book online that works for you, please email us directly, sessions@createyourfuture.co, and we'll get you on my calendar as soon as we can. I'm here to help you. Okay. So you guys, this client manifested something that was almost, I am not a fan of everybody attaching themselves to instant manifestation because it tends to get a lot of people off track. I was about to say she instantly manifested it, but even when I think about it, she didn't. This is someone that has worked with me off and on for a number of years. She came back to coaching recently because of a new specific person. Now, the thing about this specific person, though, he's like a loaded issue because he represents all of the things from before, the guys that were out of reach, the guys that were like too everything, too hot, too masculine, too much, that and inherently in her, we know is causing the I'm not good enough, can I have this thing? Now, she created a complete change in the 3D reality about this, okay? I'm going to save my announcement and what I wanted to share for after it, because I just jumped right into this. And today, I'm going to get right to the success story. It's also a short one, okay? So if you have emailed into me your success story and I haven't yet made it into a video, please stay tuned, hang tight. I make a video depending on what I intuitively feel called to talk about. So I'm picking this one because it's concise and I can make several points about it. And hey, y'all, happy belated Mother's Day. I just remembered it's Mother's Day Sunday and this video is coming out on Monday. So happy Mother's Day. If Mother's Day is a trigger for you, this message is not for you, but happy Mother's Day to all of us who are mothers, who have birthed children. You are rock stars, and sending you all love, okay? All right, now let's talk about this. Let's get into it. I have a mini success story to share with Alexis. I've been manifesting a new SP, and we had arranged to meet in person right after my last coaching session, where we discussed meeting for the first time the following week. While I was away on a girls' weekend, he reached out to reschedule due to car issues. In the past, I might have doubted if this would work out based on past relationship experiences, but I chose to see it as not a big deal at all, and I remained confident that our meeting would still happen. Just a few days later, after watching one of your videos and focusing on getting into a calm state and really knowing that I am creating and that I get to have this, he messaged me to reschedule our meetup for the exact date I had intended. Thank you, Alexis, for your calming influence and for boosting my confidence in manifesting what I want. It's a reminder that even when things seem uncertain in the old 3D realm, everything is still unfolding to get me my end goal. Okay. So you guys, the biggest takeaway is that key sentence here. I'm still looking at it so I can find it again. After watching one of your videos and focusing on getting into a calm state and really knowing that I am creating and that I get to have this. Okay. Now, what I will tell you, what 80 to 90% of people are doing on planet Earth, outside of conscious creation, outside of a manifestation practice for your relationship, are operating on heightened levels of, we could call it anxiety, even though I think that is misused these days. We are all tending to overthink and overanalyze and overcapitulate, overanalyze and overthink in an anxious way most things already. This is because of the 3D reality, all of the technology, the phones, the TikTok, the Instagram, the Snapchat, the this and the that. Unless you are learning how to put yourself into a calm, relaxed state on purpose, balancing and regulating your nervous system. When you come to conscious creation and you're recreating yourself in your relationship, you're just going to take the old self and try to create a bunch of things, make things happen, get things going, which is the opposite of what she did. And it's always the opposite of what I recommend. Now it's like, oh, Alexis, right? I can hear the questions. How do I get into a calm state? Well, you have to practice, rinse and repeat, figure out for you, what can you do to calm your mind down and get yourself in that when something is happening in your 3D reality, or you are affected, triggered by something, and you're in the place of the mind racing, overthinking, and anxiety. Now, I just told a client this yesterday, because what the client yesterday tended to do was, when she is triggered, when her SP does something, when he is doing something that for her and her case, she perceives as triggering the rejection. When he does that, what does she do? She goes into overthinking, overanalyzing, feeling unsafe, unstable, insecure within herself, and then thinking, oh, I've got to do a bunch of affirmations, right? I have to get something going. I have to make this happen. Is this even working? Am I doing it correctly? You guys got to stop. If you're in that place that I just said, it takes a lot of fine tuning and a lot of practice to not be there. Now, this is the thing. If you're going on your phone, and I understand that people on their phones are just trying to get more information, oftentimes about self-help. And chances are you're watching me right now on your phone, okay? But you still got to regulate the information you're seeing, the information overload, the algorithm, all of that on your phone. Because if you are being told the information of like, oh, you're not doing this right, or this is that, and that is that, that's not helpful either. Nothing is really helpful if you can't learn how to quiet your mind, stabilize yourself within yourself. That's primary number one. That is what this client did. And that's what she attributed her success so quickly with the SP. Now, she could have gone into the old story. I'll tell you, she had a lot of ideas and beliefs previously about guys like this guy, okay, and who they were. Oh, they're this, or oh, they're that. Oh, they're this, and oh, they're that. And those were her previous outdated assumptions. You know, we've talked it through. We worked through it. She has her new affirmations that come from the place of being first, her being the creator, her being a spark of God, and her being safe and stable and secure to create what she wants. Now, this is also different than overemphasizing the idea of I'm the God of my reality. You know, you guys, I think that's also a little bit misused these days, because it doesn't actually, for a lot of people, put them into creation mode. And think of all the people that are creating wonderful things in their lives and they don't know this information, right? Nothing really matters unless you're consciously choosing, thinking of what you want, deciding what's going on from the place of, yes, I am the creator, but therefore I am so safe and so stable and secure, and this is happening for me. This is what I'm guiding myself to. This is unfolding for me. I'm in the process of receiving this. And that's the difference in relationship manifestation. If you are like her, like 70 to 80% of my clients who are wanting to create someone chasing you, I mean, 90 to 95% of my clients, actually, if you're wanting someone to rearrange their schedule for you, be available for you, choose and prioritize you, do things for you, put you on a pedestal, treat you like the beautiful princess and queen that you are, you got to really think through, if I am approaching this whole thing, right? If I'm approaching this idea from, I'm thinking affirmations to get something, to make something happen, that is doing something to get something. And that's not the answer either. You want to be energetically in the place of, I am thinking the best for myself, and I am allowing my mind to be clear. I am secure within me. I'm stable within me. And therefore, because I get to choose, I am wanted, I am loved, I am adored. Thinking that, to believe it, to therefore feel it, and it happens, right? You guys, this isn't quick fix stuff. This is a journey of unfolding and evolvement, right? So let's approach it that way. But the biggest thing that I see that most people have is really, really, really trying to do affirmations from the mind of this jumpy place. We used to call it the monkey mind in Eastern psychology. They still call it that. It's the monkey mind, right? We don't have to give into it. There's the version of you that the mind is a calm motion, okay? Which is why hypnosis can be helpful. All of my hypnosis recordings are geared to, first of all, get you into a calm brainwave, get you into a calm place of being, okay? So that's the biggest takeaway that I hear from her success story. The other announcement that I want to say is that a wonderful client of mine who has a pen name has published a novel based upon coaching with me, Neville Goddard, and Florence Scovel-Shinn. So it is such an honor. This came out during session, kind of like a surprise. So I wanted to share with everyone. This is not a plug. We don't have a way to insert a link to anything. I am saying it in a video. Okay. Please do not inundate our receptionist with questions. This is just to say it is such an honor. I am sharing it because I was included in part of the influence for the writing. Okay. The book is The Secret Path to Abundance, a journey of transformation. The pen name is Inner Self, okay? If you're just looking for someone that's written something that's been on a self-help journey and had a lot of coaching and help, then this might speak to you. I am in the middle of reading it. It's a beautiful book. I love the analogies. And so what a wonderful thing is that? And how interesting that I apparently manifested and co-created that creation. Bravo. Thank you. It is an honor to be included, okay? So let's get back to talking about relationships, and let's think about what is the foundation to, like I said, being chased, being pursued, and receiving. It is a complete different flow of energy and energetic expression than this, right? This is running towards something, chasing it. Now, this is the thing. You could be energetically running towards someone if you're in the lack of them and in the negative story, and then doing affirmations on top of it to cover it or figure it out, make something happen. You guys, this is about you and you only. This is about your story of you, who you are choosing you are being, and therefore only from the reorganization of who you are choosing differently about yourself, can you choose differently about them. And this client, like all of my clients, we have delved deep into her concept of self, her relationship lineage, all of the guys that she's been with, you know? And this has been an unfolding process of discussion, okay? It's an organic process when you work with me because we have to get to know each other. I ask a lot of questions. We really want to understand the container of the subconscious mind. What is it holding? And therefore, what is it currently expressing? And what do we want to tweak and change with new thoughts to change the deep imprinting of the unconscious mind? That is what we're doing, okay? If you don't do that, you are going to feel like your manifestation process is hitting your head against a wall, doing something to get something, making something happen. I have a list of my intentions. It's not happening. I remember, you guys, I myself tried that. Once upon a time, I had just a list, right? And then it was like, oh, this list isn't doing anything. I feel like it's not really, really what's happening, okay? That's the other thing, is that your list and what's happening, it shouldn't resonate with you. I hear this all the time. Alexis, right? And I had a client this week who had an emergency call, and she said, you've got to make a video about this. I just remembered to make a video. I'm putting it in this video. She kept on saying to me that affirmation doesn't resonate with me. Essentially, I don't want to think that I don't like it. Okay. And I finally, after the fourth or fifth time, said, listen, your affirmations, if it's the correct, appropriate, opposite phrase to what's currently in the unconscious mind, it is not going to resonate with you, you guys. So stop trying to be in resonance, in connection. It feels so good. It shouldn't feel good. You know what feels good is the lack, the abandonment, the rejection, because that's all you've known. So if you're still in that pool of the mind, you're not going to be in the pool of the mind where love stays. Love is always here. It's mine. Okay. So that's why that's why I think that the, like a list of intentions you grab off Google that are manufactured like for everybody, they don't work. Okay. You do want to tweak the affirmation so that it sounds like your inner speak. And that takes fine tuning and practice. And that's so you're like, oh, okay, so this is what's happening. This is what's going on. This is what's happening. This is what's going on. And incorporating your own manifestation practice with those chosen thoughts. But if it felt good, then this wouldn't be work and it wouldn't be a self-change, self-evolution process. So it shouldn't feel good. Okay. It should actually feel really weird, really foreign. If you have had rejection and abandonment and issues in most relationships, this came from not your fault. This came from your family system, your school system, friend systems, stuff systems. It has nothing to do with you as a whole, inherent, perfect being. It's just that this is what you have thought and what you have put on yourself in love and relationships. Now, all the other thoughts of love being trustworthy, love being dependable, being loved and adored by, let's say, your perfect man, your perfect guy, who is a family man, who wants kids, who wants to get married, wants to get you pregnant, wants to see you walking around as the mother of his kids. That's very much the opposite of this, right? So this is going to feel familiar. That's why the mental diet, when done appropriately, is really difficult. But, it's not difficult for the long haul. You just have to know these things. I wish someone had told me. No one told me this. Okay. So I'm telling you this because I want to help you figure it out. So stop thinking that this should feel so good and so normal. No, because guess what? Your SHIT is what feels normal. Okay. And that's the stuff that we are reworking with new thoughts, creating new collections of thoughts, new neural pathways over here. That's why people fall into the same patterns, the same behavioral issues, right? I can't tell you how many clients since the first of the year I have said, you've got to stop acting this way. We have to change and have new thoughts about your behavior, but you can't do this anymore, right? Yelling at people, getting mad at everybody, explosive arguments, you can't do that because it gets you off track. I mean, you want to be thinking basically, is this how I would want to be treated? I would want to be treated this way, so I'm not going to be doing this, okay? But it was people that were going through a life circumstance, a life change, things were unraveling and unfolding, okay? I get it. If you're in a place where a lot's happening and you have a difficult time of self-control, okay? In any event, none of this should feel good. It should feel very weird, feel very foreign. It should feel like a whole new concept and a whole new person, because that's what we're shifting. You're not, even the terminology changing self isn't really appropriate. You're learning how to be, like if there were two selves in you, you're learning how to be this one. Now, if you're being and thinking and feeling this one, it's just who you're being and thinking. It's just you're not this anymore, right? So, because a lot of this, the things, the way people talk about this is I have to change myself. I'm leveling up. Well, you are, but you're choosing to be this now. Wax on, wax off, wax on, wax off. Now, when stuff happens, and SHIT hits the fan out there in your 3D reality, we're family friendly, so I am spelling out swear words, okay? When stuff happens, this self that you've always been, the reactive, abandoned, rejected, etc., she or he are going to try to come out, right? Now, like this client did, what you can do is no matter what's happening, you're being this. Now, you will forget this and it will dissolve. You'll always kind of remember this, right? But it will be a more distant memory the more that you're this. And choosing to be this in the face of that being what you don't want it to be is always the biggest battle, but you can do it. That's why there's a million trillion videos about your 3D isn't real. It doesn't matter, because it's not. You are living in a dream reality. You are living in a holographic reality that is just energy, and you yourself are an energetic organism, a molecule, cellularly. How exciting, how wonderful, how sexy, right? That means that you can do this. That means that you're just used to this self. And we're stepping into the shoes and creating this self and thinking from this. We're not thinking of it like she's over there, right? She or he, there, I'm thinking of them. No, you're being this self now, okay? So that's the moral of the game. That's how we want to do all of these things. That's how you get quick change and movement, is deciding what's going on. Thinking and deciding reality into existence from this perspective. And like I say in almost every video, this takes a lot of practice. It takes a lot of fine tuning. It takes a lot of figuring it out, getting used to it and adhering to all these principles all at once, right? And taking in all this information, figuring it out. But that's what I'm here to help you with, okay? So I intend that this video starts us off on a beautiful new week just after Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, moms. And let's remember that it's up to us to be and think and decide and feel that self now. From that self is the only self that can think, oh, of course he loves me. Of course he's chasing me, right? Because that self isn't chasing. This self chases love. My hair. Okay. This self chases love. You see, this self doesn't chase love. This self is safe, stable, secure, and love is being received. Love is reciprocative. Love is happening. Love is coming towards you, right? Okay. This self, that self. Wax on, wax off. I love you guys so much. And check out that book. Let's support the author who has a pen name. It's a super secret. Okay. And I will see you guys in my next video. Remember, like every week, to celebrate yourself. Remind yourself of how fabulous you are and your journey of becoming and evolving and becoming this self, your chosen self, the secure you who is therefore confident and stable right now. All right. I love you guys so much. See you in my next video. Bye.